Is it
You click
going?
it.
Is it working? Is it
Like if you're
working?
doing a countdown, you gotta say go at the end at least, like so
Go!
we
I
know.
mean, it already happened.
It's on.
Is it? Is it working? Did we
I don't
get
know,
it?
I don't.
maybe.
I'm not sure. Chat hasn't said anything yet.
It still says
Oh, somebody
offline.
said hi.
Oh,
Oh.
or does it?
Oh,
Are we good?
hi. Chat, we need you here. We need you. If you guys don't say anything, then
Can you guys see us?
Nothing.
you guys. Ah, yes, I
Okay,
can see us.
yay,
Yes.
you can see us. Hello! Welcome to MangaPod, where sometimes a different person is in charge and everything goes horribly wrong.
Actually, I think that was one of the most smoothest openings. It was just chat that was the problem.
Yeah, chat. Why didn't you say hello to us quicker? Jeez. Alright, let's begin. Welcome to MangaPod. We are a weekly manga book club podcast in which we talk about an entire manga or part of a manga for an hour. And it's pretty dope. Unfortunately, normally we are hosted by Miss HappiLeeErin, but she is gone tonight, so I am in charge, for better or for worse, and she is replaced by the most adorable dog in anime history. So thank you guys for finding that gif for us to use. I am Dodger, and these are the other two lovely pillars of the manga pod. Introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
I'm Yokorama. What's up?
Perfect.
Yo.
And I am the Dr. Dazzler. Welcome.
Wonderful. Excellent. So, the way that we normally start this off is we will have Daza read a description of the manga that we read. This week we read Psyren, chapters 36 through 70. So it was a decent number of chapters, but it went pretty fast, I think, for all of us except for Yoku.
I can't understand. How did it go fast for you guys?
Because so much of it was action. I don't
Yeah,
know.
There was
There was
so
like
much
three
dialogue.
chapters of just action.
Yeah, but it flew by because it was so interesting, Yoku. Come on.
Like, I was trying to read it so fast that the words were just crumbling all together in my mind. I don't know. I guess I'm a slow reader.
Aw.
It's okay. Pat head.
Pat, 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 pat. It's okay, Yoku. Pinch, 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 pinch. Little cheeks. All right, Daza. Do you have the description up and ready to go?
I have it already.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Do it.
Yoshina sorry, I screwed this up. Ageha is a high school student who offers to help people for their problems for 10,000 yen. He'll take care of your stalkers, find your lost animal, whatever you want. One day, when he's heading home, a nearby payphone rings, and he picks it up, surprisingly. The only thing he hears, however, is his own voice echoing, dun dun dun. After finding a mysterious card with the word Psyren printed on it, his life suddenly changes as he is drawn, get it? Drawn, because it's a manga? Haha, haha. Into a crazy new world.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ah!
So, like we said before, we've read the first 35 chapters of this. There is another manga pod of that in which we discuss that on youtube.com/HappiLeeErin if you would like to watch that first. But that is as spoiler-free as this manga pod is going to be, because for the rest of the time we are going to be talking about all the deets, about everything that we read in detail. So if you don't want to be spoiled, feel free to leave now and read it, catch up, and then come back and watch this later on youtube.com/HappiLeeErin, because it will be up there pretty quickly. Also, even though we are going to be spoilery, we don't want to be spoiled past where we've read. So anything past chapter 70, if you write spoils in the chat, that is a big chat no-no, and you will be timed out for it. You'll also be timed out for caps and for links and many other things that Mr. Ian can tell you about. Ian's got it.
Yeah.
We also have another guest mod, Mr. Wow Krendor, so be nice to him. And I believe we can begin. Yes?
Has everyone who's not been spoiled gone? Because everyone dies, just saying.
Yeah, everybody
Everyone.
died.
But then they get
Like, literally.
healed. Then they get healed and
Erin's
revive.
gonna be really sad she missed out on this because everyone died. She's wanted
Literally,
this for
they
so
died and came back to life.
long. So wonderful. Can either
Timing.
of you guys give a very quick rundown of what happened before chapter 36? Do either of you feel the strength to do that?
Shotgun.
Yoku! Oh! Yoku, it's you!
The thing is, like, I read the whole thing in one sitting, so everything is just a blur
Yeah.
to me right now. But I guess it's
This is just just the beginning.
where do we start off?
Just the
Where do we start off with this? Like from chapter 36. What part is
We
that?
just learnt about the diff
Oh,
the
they just
the
finished watching the DVD, right?
yes.
that's the DVD, and then there was the uncle's house as well, if I recall
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah,
They just
they-
finished watching
they
the
got into
DVD
the
for the
uncle's
first
house.
time, and then that dude showed up, and he's like, "Get out of the basement, or I'm gonna kill you all."
Yeah,
Right.
basically, I think.
And then he still tries to kill him after they got out of the basement. So
Right. but what happened in chapters 1 through 35? Very briefly.
But isn't that pretty much that's description?
All right.
That's a description?
Agiha, our main character, was called into Psyren by Nemesis Q. Nemesis Q is a supernatural being of things of sorts. We're not entirely sure.
He
well, we
floats
weren't.
and he
until-
looks like a clown.
Well, we find out.
Yeah.
What he,
Yeah.
You know.
And so he gets sent to Psyren with a bunch of other people. He meets up with them. They find it's a whole desolate world. They have to fight these creatures. Then there's something about numbers. I kind of forget, but there's something about numbers going down. I think it's every time they go to Psyren and come back, the number goes down. So they don't have to go to
All
Psyren
of their
again.
cards have, a certain number on the card, and once it hits 0, you can't go back to Psyren.
Yeah. And Nemesis Q chooses when they go to Psyren, and it can be at any time, but they have to pick up the phone to do so.
Word.
Oh yeah, and they can't tell anybody that has nothing
Yeah.
to do with Siren, or else they die.
They will be killed by Nemesis Q.
Yes.
We also learned last time that Psyren is actually the future.
Ooh.
We learned that before this, which is pretty cool. So every time they're going to Psyren, we just learned now that it's 10 years in the future, which is very exciting. So, guys, general feelings. General feelings
From
on...
36 to 70,
Yeah.
there was a lot of, I guess, a lot of stuff answered, but at the same time, things weren't answered. Like the biggest thing, what I wanted to know was like who Nemesis Q was.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really get to know that even. We just found out that Nemesis
Well,
Q.
no, we found out what Nemesis Q was, not
Yeah,
who
we
Nemesis
Right.
Q was.
all of us predicted, except Dodger, because I think she knew at that point that Nemesis Q is like this guy or it's this person, but in the future, you know. But it turns out that it's like somebody created him. He's a program.
He's a
You can
side
like program.
program.
Yeah. So like we don't actually know who's completely behind it, and it kind of sucks that they didn't go any further into that throughout those chapters after we found out that.
I think we find out pretty soon after this.
I can't wait. That's the biggest thing that I'm like, man, who the hell is Nemesis Q? And
Yeah.
you know, it's
Really?
really interesting.
I honestly don't really care too much who Nemesis Q is because we've got the whole other time travel dimension asteroid,
God.
and it was just like,
Well, that
whoa.
asteroid, where'd that come from? That was just like the last, I think that was like chapter 69.
The asteroid
you know?
thing?
Yeah. The asteroid, like, the thing inside the asteroid covered the Earth, and you're just like, what? What?
Huh? I've been so excited for us to get to the point where, like, the world starts changing based on things that they do in Psyren and, like, in the normal world, and, like, oh, gosh, it's like, that was everything that I was trying so hard not to talk about last time, and so I was like, you guys are gonna alter time and space,
Yeah,
it's
that
gonna be
was
crazy.
really awesome.
That was awesome.
They took the DVD home with them, and when they rewatched it,
It changed.
it was already changed, and you're like, yeah, that's interesting.
So
Even those bad guys, they're not dressed in those weird, you know, uniforms with masks, you know.
Right.
So that was very, very cool. And after, you know, him
They went to the house
stealing
and
the
then they
bag,
fought.
stealing the bag from the grandma, and then seeing how that changed time, and where we got to see all of those kids, like, grown up,
Yeah.
and they all had really cool art style, character design. Especially Kyle. Kyle looked badass, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Kyle's dope. Yeah, I love time skip in anime and manga, and this way we got a time skip, but, like, not entirely. Like,
Yeah.
We can go back
we
to
can
the
go
present.
back. Yeah, which is just so cool. I love that.
Da, 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 da.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yes.
Beep, 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 beep. Guys, we
Do you
should
know-
all watch Back to the Future. Because it's magical.
It's amazing.
Okay.
Yoku, have you seen Back to the Future, Yoku?
I have all the
Oh, gosh.
movies.
That almost
That's good.
filled me with terror for a second. I was like, wait. Yoku hasn't
Really?
seen Back to the Future?
Of course I see.
What's
Back to
wrong with his childhood?
What? Everything's so wrong.
Well, it's not my childhood because like the movie came out like in the 80s. I wasn't born in the 80s, so.
Yeah, but you would have watched it in your childhood.
Well, yeah, I've seen it when I was very young, but why are we talking about this?
Were neither of you guys born in the 80s?
No, I wasn't born in the 80s.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I am like almost 2 years older than Dazza though, so
It's crazy, you guys. I'm an old lady. I'm an old lady.
Don't worry, you've got your cats. It's all good.
I do. I'm well on my way to being a crazy cat lady, so I can't
Time
remember.
travel.
Yes. All of the time travel. I love the thing that I think I love the most is that every time and I haven't read enough to know like how this plays out really. I love that every time they go back to Psyren, like Wise is the same, but it's a world where they never came back from Psyren that time. Does that make sense?
it's
Yeah.
such a mind twist.
It's so cool. No, Yoku, it's so cool. It's like they go there and they're existing in a world where they never came back. And then they leave and like go back to the present. And then when they come back, it's that all over again. It's like
Will they meet
world-
themselves?
the world is like changed, but
Can they even meet themselves?
why?
I think the fact that
why
I think
would
the
they
fact
meet
that
themselves? Because they never went back to the present.
Yeah,
in the
that's the
future
thing,
that they're
that-
going to.
when they go to Siren, that means they never go back to the present. So
Yeah,
the
you're
present, that Siren is the present that they never go back to.
But that was 10 years
So-
ago that they disappeared into
Yeah,
Siren.
but they never
right?
went back.
Oh my gosh, this is so stupid.
But then why, Yoku?
No,
My
it
head
makes
hurts.
so much sense.
But then
It actually
why?
makes sense.
Why is Wise exactly the same every time they go back there? Even
Yeah,
though
like-
they
like
know that
nothing
things
has-
have changed because things have changed on the DVD, but when they went back, the same dudes were in power and remembered things that had happened in Siren last time they were there.
Yeah.
Why?
It's like nothing really changed, but in reality, it changed.
Yeah.
Or maybe that what they see there when they go into the future is already like the final outcome bit. So maybe the first time when they enter Siren, the kids they never died at that point as well.
Right.
You know, that's one
So
of the only-
what you're saying is that Siren never really changes. It's just the world beforehand and the DVD changes.
So even though Nemesis Q was programmed to help the future, they're only changing one version of the future because of quantum theory, and they're only
That's
able to go
parallel-
into one
parallel
future,
Yeah.
and they're changing parallel futures that they can't go to?
Reminds me of Dragon Ball Z right there.
Yeah, I think that is, yeah. How does
Trunks.
it remember? Oh, yeah, Trunks, yeah.
Yeah.
Future Trunks came back to save Goku, and then even though
Oh, that
Goku
was so sad.
Goku defeats Cell, Future Trunks has to go back, you know, and yeah,
and
his
he's like,
future
my
still.
future sucks.
But he goes back. He goes back way stronger though, so he's able
Oh,
to
yeah.
defeat Cell at that point. So it's all good.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z, those were good times.
We should read that one time.
Yeah. Wait, guys, why isn't that on the list?
It will take us so many episodes, unless you guys want to read all like 40 something volumes.
Yoku, it's fine. Whoa.
It's alright. We've all seen Dragon Ball Z. It's fine. We can just breeze through it.
Yeah.
That's very true. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think of the wise colonels that we've met? Like all the dudes in white that are showing up and being like, "We're gonna defeat you guys and take you to our master dude."
I actually really liked Shiner. I mean, he's evil, but I really like him. I like his ability to teleport. I'm like, I want that ability. Give me that ability. But I think the one that they fought first, what was his name?
Starts with a D.
Dolaki? Or
Dolaki,
Dovaki?
yeah, whatever. He was a dick.
Yeah.
He's just a dick.
Yeah.
And then when he showed up on the DVD, I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
They showed up.
Yeah, without the mask that time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And also just like the idea that they go through this awful process to like have these cores put into them so that they're stronger and they absorb power from nature and all of that. And he wanted so badly to defeat Ageha that he put in a second one. And Shiner's like, this guy is dumb. I don't know why he did that.
What if them changing the future, trying to change the future in the past, actually is creating that horrible future? Because, you know, when we first saw them, like on the first DVD, we saw them dressed up in all these weird suits, but then when we see them in the future, they're also dressed up in those weird things. And Dicky or whatever his name is, he wasn't even in that first video.
Oh,
No, but he was though. He was in that video, but he was covered, wasn't he? They were all covered, so you couldn't see them.
He had different masks though.
Yeah, but we don't. The only reason they worked out it was him because they said the name.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because he's number 5. That means there's 5, and we always saw 3 at a time. So I don't know what's up with that. I think that has something to do with that. But I'm just saying, like, we got to see him like with his face and everything. So what would be the point of him hiding his face in the part where we ended reading chapter 70? What's the point of that Dicky guy hiding his face already?
Because he thinks it looks cool. He's a villain. He doesn't have one. He's making a costume.
Yoku,
It's just a
God.
I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's going on.
Look, if you try to figure this out logically, there's time travel, there's a giant asteroid which covers the Earth, and there's people who put cores into themselves.
That is true.
You can't think of that logically. I'm sorry, Goku.
And survivors are turned into evil monsters.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so... Oh, shoot. What is his name? The dragon guy. The guy who, like, creates Psy wings and a Psy tail and all that.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, when he fell out of the sky and his buddy found him.
Oh, Tetsuo found him. I remember his...
Yeah.
How come I don't remember? I don't remember the other guy's name.
You, like, just read that part.
I did. I literally just read that. Like,
was it Kabuto?
No, Kabuto is the
Naruto?
Vision guy. Visions.
It's the only one I can remember.
I remember
Yeah,
Kabuto.
Kabuto is the
because
one
of
who,
art.
like, sees menace, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting because they didn't explain that in a way where I understood that he's, like, supposedly gets visions. Like, he sees things a second ahead of time. Is that his ability?
Yeah.
I thought it was like instinct in a way.
Yeah, see, that's what
They
I thought
they kind of showed it off with like the zebras and stuff like that. Like that's their instinct. They could like feel it, you know.
Yeah.
And really, he sees into the future, I guess.
Yeah, because at first when they talked about it, they were like, "Oh, he can see like danger in varying forms, so he knows like what to avoid." And then Shiner was like, "Oh, he can tell what's going to happen a second before it's going to happen." And I was like, "Is that the same thing? I don't know how I feel about this." I feel like there are a lot of people's abilities that I don't entirely understand.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong, Dazza?
I ran out of coffee in my cup.
But you have your tumbler, right? You brought two.
I have my tumbler.
You brought 2 coffees. I remember us discussing this.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Can I just say?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Calling a character after a Pokemon is really distracting.
Which character?
Kabuto.
Kabuto is a Pokemon?
Kabuto.
What? Oh my god, it is!
It's like a first gen one.
I know. I did not remember this at all. The second I saw it, though, I was like, oh, I remember this one.
When I think of Kabuto, I think of Kabuto from Naruto.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, no, it's a character from Naruto.
That's the first.
It's not a
That's
Pokemon.
Well,
like
at least
first.
now we know who the coolest one here is.
It's definitely Daza.
Yeah, go catch them all, man. Go catch them.
I have.
Just
Just need to transfer them over.
Everybody's like, oh, Dodger, it's a fossil. Jeez. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I don't remember this. Oh. I'm the worst.
Anyway, I've got a theory here.
Yes.
That some of the, what are they called? The commanders? The people?
In
the
Wise?
The wise.
The wise people are actually people we've already met.
Do you have any theories on who would be who?
No.
At one point, I thought, what's his name? Psyren? No, not Psyren. Whatever that calm guy. I thought he was actually one of the kids at the point.
What?
The guy that could teleport. What's his name?
The guy that can teleport?
The wise that can teleport. You know, the wise.
Oh.
Shiner?
He
Are you talking about Shiner?
Shiner.
Oh,
Shiner,
okay.
Yeah, Shiner.
Okay, yes.
I thought he was one of the kids that grew up. You know that calm kid, that personality
Van,
completely
yeah.
changed. I thought that was him.
That would have
at
been
one point.
dope. Oh my god.
Because it looks exactly like him. You know?
Yeah.
But like the powers are different though.
I think it's silly that all of the like epic healers that we've met have like blonde bowl cuts. I don't understand why that happens.
the hair just falls out to that shape. 'Cause
Yeah,
they can
I'm
heal.
like, does your hair just grow to that point and then it just never grows again and that's how everybody knows you're a healer? I thought it was precious though that like Van never talked until he was needed and then was like, I can heal you guys. I was like, oh Van. It's so precious. But that,
Yeah, he actually his personality is just completely different.
Could Van heal that other healer who is now in a coma?
No, isn't that
he in a
guy
coma or
dead?
did he die?
He died.
Did he die? I thought he was in a coma.
Oh, he died.
Because they said that he's
don't
just
know.
fallen asleep and doesn't waken up.
Nah, they
I
said
feel like
did
Van
he
would have
die?
tried
Yeah.
if he wasn't dead. He would have tried to heal him. Right?
People are saying he died. So yay, someone died.
Yeah, that's what was so sad about it.
That was very sad. That was the saddest moment.
and that's right where we ended too. He just like healed people until his mind literally couldn't handle the strain anymore, and he just curled up and
That's-
died. I was like,
that's
no.
crazy. That's funny because that guy, he was kind of like Shikamaru from Naruto. He's just like, I don't know, this is so troublesome. And he
Yeah.
actually ended
Just
up
wanna
being like
lead a normal
Shikamaru
life.
and putting the most effort into it and actually died from it.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, I thought there were so many things that we found out about like the past in those last few chapters where I was like, that's so sad. Like just so many people, like legit at the beginning of this manga pod when Dazzle was like, everybody died, like everybody died with the stuff that we read. I was just like, oh god, so many things happened. But I'm trying to remember how far beyond this I've read. Like,
You haven't finished it. have
I
you?
haven't finished it, but I feel like I read maybe 10 or 15 chapters beyond this, but I'm not positive. So I'm like trying to gauge. I know the answer to the Nemesis Q stuff, so I can't like participate in
Oh
a
shit!
conversation
I mean,
about
that's
that.
soon. It's coming up soon.
Yeah.
That's
Because remember,
cool.
they're like, oh, Nemesis Q like showed up and was like, hey, help me, come here, and Ageha was like, okay, and that happened like at the end of what we read. So.
I want to know who he is so bad. Like,
I just want to say, at the end of that, when they're in the airport and Nemesis Q shows up, I'm just like, Nemesis Q, don't do this to me. Nemesis Q,
God,
no,
no.
no, no. And then you like waiting for like 10 chapters trying to figure out if she's
Figure out
alive or
whether or
dead.
not he was successful. Yeah.
And it's just like, Granny's here. They're like, yay, heart moment.
and it's funny because she never realized that it was like that saved her.
I know, which surprises me.
She's like I know. How could she not? Like,
Like,
oh, he looked familiar. It's just,
oh well.
I'm just old.
No,
Oh.
what? I
Yeah,
don't.
even when
like
she
100
told him the stories.
I don't understand why it would have gone against their instructions for him to go to her and say, "Don't get on the plane."
Well, Nemesis Q, that's his program. That's just one of those things. He was gonna interfere, you know. Like
Yeah,
the
not-
whole point of the program is to make sure that nobody will find out
about their
like who
future or
Nemesis
any
Q
future.
is. Yeah, so nobody would find out. So that's just like I guess one of the it was kind of interfering with that. So
Right.
it's not like Nemesis Q like hates him or something. You know, like I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you.
Yeah, that's true.
But what really confuses me about Nemesis Q is what was that land he was in? Like, what did he go to the future when he brought
Where he brought
Ageha? Yeah, was it that the future, or was that like a different dimensional plane, or Was it
Yeah.
inside the meteorite or what?
Ooh,
Oh, inside the meteorite?
I don't even know what to think about that meteorite.
Yeah, we don't know anything about this
Where
meteorite.
did it come
Like
from?
I
What?
figured since it's
space.
Oh, okay. Thanks, man.
I mean, I assumed since it's a psi program, I figured that it just like did like a brain connection with a Geha that was like super strong and was able to kind of like create a world inside of his head.
I suppose that makes sense. Yeah.
Or they were like in the hyperbolic time chamber. I don't know.
Just
Give it time to-
bring it all back to DBZ.
It was all white there.
Yeah, you
It was
know.
actually this, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I never considered that might actually be a place. But I feel like it wouldn't. I don't.
Did I get it? He didn't disappear, right?
Who?
No. I don't think a Geha disappeared. He actually.
Yeah, it was in his mind. It was in his
Yeah,
mind.
because he
The
like.
granny,
It was
she
like-
she put him
like
down.
passed
She's
out.
like, yeah, she's like, oh, I'm glad you didn't die. You know, glad you
Don't
woke up.
mind me.
Huh?
Yeah.
What does
Don't mind me. Anyway, back onto the meteorite.
Yes.
I want to know what it did. Because all we know at the moment is that it may have brought the cause. It may have.
Mm-hmm.
We know that the destruction was done by Wise. We know that Psy was already here.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would the meteorite do?
Well, the meteorite completely destroyed the whole planet.
Well, it upset our physics, right? So like
Yeah.
the meteorite hit and it upset all of the laws of physics and just like destroyed stuff.
It covered
But then-
the whole planet, and
Yeah,
like
but-
pretty much everything just started going flipping out everywhere.
Right, that's the
why.
part that I don't get is what came out of the meteorite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because something had to have come out of it.
It was like
not
some sort
just-
of. It looked like some sort of goo or something. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, that's the way that they
showed it.
portrayed
It took
it.
shape or something, and then it like swallowed the earth. It didn't look like it just crashed and swallowed. It made this like weird shape first. Maybe that is somebody's psi ability or something.
I mean, we know that there were tons of survivors, so it's not like a
Yeah.
physical thing that would have like crushed people or suffocated them. It's
No, because they did say that the world, well, they had that panel where they had the like missiles go up and destroy it. So it was destroyed. It was just like the
Oh, that was the
debris came
core. No, the asteroid, the meteorite was destroyed. The core is the one that, like,
Yeah, but they had all that different shards as well that came down as well. That's what some of the destruction.
did
I'm gonna
what
look up-
came out. Okay, here's a question. Did the members of Wise were they somehow informed that the meteorite contained stuff that would make their psi powers stronger?
Oh, maybe that's
Maybe
where
that-
the core comes from.
Maybe they were wise to it.
But then who told them? How did they find out?
Maybe they might have found like shards of the asteroid, and then like maybe that's how they make the cores. Because like, what are the cores? We don't even know what that is. Where did that come from? Is that
Yeah.
somebody's ability, or is that like some supernatural thing, or like something that was flying in space? I don't know.
Right. And also, like, what eye patch wise dude who like gives zero shits. He was like using his
Well, the head zero shits one.
yeah that guy.
Yeah.
So he was like using telekinesis to like build this structure that we know is one of many structures, right? So what are they using those for?
Well, biological stuff,
What
I
kind?
assume, because they had that giant worm thing in there as well. That was actually
Right.
a human that they put a core into that the core destroyed and became a giant worm thing.
Yeah. Oh gosh, you know what real creeped me out was the singer dude that can heal when he tried to heal that one creature and was like, there are lots of different humans in here, so I thought maybe if I healed it enough it would just turn into a bunch of humans again. And they were like, that's not why you did that, you're just
The
messed
dude's
up.
like, you're so full of BS,
yeah,
man.
he's like, you just wanted to see what would happen. That's real messed up. I was like, that is real messed up. Because it just turned into like this big bulbous thing. It was so gross.
But yeah, going back to the meteor, after it like pretty much swallowed the Earth. That's the reason why the electronics stopped working. There was like crazy lightning, like ripping the ground and stuff. So it did cause a lot of destruction. Like the Earth was rent to pieces. Like there's buildings like actually being pulled out. So the reason why Earth looks like that is because of that asteroid, which is very.
It was the second impact.
Huh?
It was the second impact.
Yeah, I even get that one.
I don't get it.
Evangelion.
Oh. I'll just be over
That was only
here.
last week.
I'll
I
just
know.
be over here doing a thing. I can't get far enough away. Okay, hi.
Yeah, they said a lot of people
Hi.
survived. They said a lot of people survived that thing, but I think majority of people died from.
They said a lot
that
of people
aspect.
survived, but they were very quickly harvested into monsters.
Yeah, because it says pretty much it turned the Earth like inside out almost. Like it was just
Yeah.
like crazy destruction. So, but we have no idea where that comes from. What is that asteroid? Like, what is it doing? It's just I don't know. We're all doing all this stuff with all this time traveling, saving the Earth, these weird powers, and like, whoa, there's an asteroid. Oh, you know.
Well,
so-
we
Yeah,
know,
The asteroid's just like, hey, dude, I'm gonna blow up your planet. You can't say anything about it.
but
Boom,
it wasn't.
motherfucker.
It wasn't on a crash course for Earth. It was pulled that way.
Yeah, it was one of the
So,
abilities.
What I'm assuming is that one of the members of WISE could feel it somehow. Maybe had like a psi power where they could feel it up there.
had a connection to whatever was inside the meteorite.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How
Oh.
do you?
You know
Yes.
how this might be stupid, but you know how Nemesis Q he turned off the radio like from far away.
Mhm.
Like, what if he has power to like push and pull, kind of like Pain from Naruto? Maybe he was the one that caused this whole.
No,
Yeah, there's
maybe
a
it's
lot
the
of
guy
Naruto
from...
references in
He
this.
looks so fed up just then, just like.
Hey, there's so many examples in this that are in Naruto as well. Hey, we're talking about shonen here, like an action shonen.
I was gonna say, maybe it's the guy that has like Nemesis Q program, the one who created him. That was
Yeah,
the-
yeah, that's what I meant.
He
Like,
was regret towards
and
whatever
that's why
happened.
he's trying so hard to like
Yeah.
save the world.
Maybe Nemesis Q is even further in the future, and he's actually one of the commanders. And he's like, I regret everything, so he made Nemesis Q go back
What
20
if he
years.
is
Go back 10 years.
the main guy, the main bad guy? And he-
That's what I said. I said that in the first MangaPod about this. I said that Nemesis Q is controlled by the main guy. And you guys are like, no, that can't happen. No.
Why does?
Well, you
Nemesis-
said he wasn't controlled. You said he was the main guy.
It's the same damn thing.
We didn't know he was controlled.
But why is Nemesis Q's controller voice a female?
It was a female.
Yeah. They said that multiple times. Because remember, Ageha was like, oh, it's the same woman that was on the phone when I first went to Psyren that asked me all those questions. Come back, Yoku!
Could- Yoku.
Son of a gun, man. Seriously.
Come back to us.
We miss you.
Yoku, we miss you. Yeah, there you
Love-
are. Look at that beautiful face.
Sky,
yeah.
I don't know. Is it me? Sky? I don't even know.
Is it?
Is it me? Anyway,
He's frozen
I was
for
going-
me with like the biggest.
he's frozen. Yeah. He's so happy that you like were doing that. He's just like, I'm freezing
Oh, there he
here.
goes again.
Anyway, while we're waiting for Yoku,
Right.
I was going to say
Mm-hmm.
it could be a voice modulator.
True.
I mean, it is the future, and they're all psi abilities. I assume there's going to be a psi ability where someone can change a voice.
Yeah, that is very true. What did?
Or
No, maybe I should wait until Yoku comes back.
don't worry about Yoku.
Forget that guy. Who cares about that guy?
He's,
you know?
he's gone now. He's gone.
He's gone
You don't
forever.
need-
So
you don't need-
it's whatever. It's not even like a big deal. He drinks tea anyway. What's up with that?
Yeah. Why? Yeah, I don't want to offend British people, but it's past their bedtime, and tea sucks. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Tea is like the most disgusting thing in the world, and none of it can be fixed.
Dazza, do you do you
Um,
like legit not like tea, Dazza?
Excuse me, I heard you guys were dissing T while I was gone. Why is that
And
funny? That's not
I
funny at all.
legit don't like tea.
That's fair. It's very,
Well,
it's
you
very
legit
earthy
suck,
tasting.
man. You legit suck. All right.
The only tea I drink is the the cold green tea that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
That you get from like bottles and stuff that are just full of sugar. Yeah.
You shouldn't drink real tea, all right, man? Real tea.
Real tea sucks.
So just keep drinking coffee. Look,
I will, very happily.
I will be your
Happily-
brethren
happily
in
coffee.
coffee.
Yes.
I had coffee in the morning. I drink coffee. I prefer tea.
Yoku, now just because we say we like coffee, you can't just be like, yeah, I drink coffee
Yeah,
too.
I love
I
coffee.
drink everything.
I'm like
I honestly,
big
I
into
drink,
coffee.
I drink rock stars and stuff as well sometimes. You know, even though I'm not a
Rock
big fan of that.
stars?
Mountain Dew Kickstart.
What?
What? You guys are saying brand names, which are American. I'm just like, what? What?
Well, energy drink. Energy drink. I could just say energy drink.
Those are the worst.
You should understand me.
See, Dodger, we have Mountain Dew here, but it's not as prolific. The only place you can
I
actually
don't
get it
even know
is
what's Mountain Dew Kickstart. What is that?
It's the Mountain Dew energy drink.
Oh, I don't drink that crap. I'll drink like a specifically drink that is already like they only make is energy drinks. I'm not gonna drink some Mountain Dew and then like they
You
have
should
this like little.
Look, just
Alright,
try Mountain
like,
Dew Kickstart Fruit Punch. That's all. Shh.
I'll try it tomorrow.
I have to ask, do you guys have Mother over there?
Mother?
My mother is in Oregon right now.
It's an energy drink. Do you guys have it?
No, Mother just makes me think of like the fungus mother.
That's like the dumbest name for a drink. Mother. Did you have a mother? Did you drink? drink
It's
it?
called. The tagline is the mother of all.
It's so inappropriate. You can like have so many things.
No, we don't have that. We mostly just most people here drink Rockstar and Red Bull and
Or
Monster.
See, I was drinking Red Bull, but then the cans are like this big and are like $5. So I'm just like, no. Whereas Mothers are like this big and are about $3,
That's
and
a
they're
big
really
mother,
nice.
man. That's a big mother.
That's a big mother.
I like them big.
Mother effort.
To be fair, we have Rockstars that are like this big with screw tops. So
Yeah,
you
I
can,
had a
like, drink
Monster
some of it
like
and then
that.
screw the top back on. It's like
Well, I never actually screw the top back. I just drink the whole thing.
what? Yoko,
And I
you're
just pop the
nuts.
bottle.
Yoko, you're a crazy person.
Hey, when I work like 14 hours a day, I have to sometimes.
No, you should be drinking water if you're working. Yoko.
Oh, I drink water. I drink at least like 8 bottles of water while I work throughout the day.
Peeing all day.
Nope, I don't pee all day actually. I drink water and I work and I sweat that I sweat it all out.
Sweat pee?
I don't sweat pee. I sweat it all out. Of course I pee, but I don't pee all day.
Oh, goodness. All right, guys, let's get back on track.
Is this like a mini-verse? Talking about this.
Oh.
What did you guys think of the whole situation with the guy with the bandages on his head that was being controlled by the main bad guy?
Ooh.
What do we think of him to start off with, or?
That
Well, yeah.
situation in general, what were your expectations, and did it turn out the way that you expected? Did you think that it was going to turn out that the younger brother was like a crazy psycho?
I actually kind of thought of that. I kind of thought that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that he was like hiding his power level,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're like, "Oh no, he's actually controlling." It's just like, "Oh, that makes more sense."
The thing is,
That's Dragon Ball Z.
they showed him too much. If they didn't show the brother as much and kind of like, they didn't really build his character, but they kind of showed him like how
We
his
knew
brother.
he was going to be important.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was something. You
Yeah.
know. So I kind of thought like, oh, he's probably the mastermind behind this whole plan, you know, or whatever. And it turned out, yeah. But I didn't think it was gonna happen that way. That actually isn't even his brother, and he's just like some dude that he's controlling.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that I read this, I didn't expect that at all either. I definitely, for whatever reason, I thought that maybe the younger brother was in control, but the other dude knew it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, didn't expect it to be that he was legit, like, brainwashed.
He was so brainwashed that Grandma couldn't even like read his mind. He had no memories. It's crazy. Bastard.
And we didn't see him We didn't see him the first time on the DVD, right? We only saw him on the second go of the DVD.
Yeah, we saw. Well, they were wearing masks and stuff, so
Yeah,
we don't.
there was 3 to start off with, and there was the 3 without masks, and we're like, oh yeah, it's them. Of course, it's them.
But the second time when we saw the DVD, like the second time, we saw that dick dude. We saw the main boss, and the third person was that guy with the swords. Where did that teleporting guy come from as well?
Well, that's what. See, I was thinking.
Shiner was there on the second DVD.
No, he wasn't.
Was he? No, he wasn't.
No,
Yeah, he was
Was he?
because he was in the black suit. Yeah. Wait.
No.
What
I know what you're
chapter?
talking about. That was like during the last chapter or something like that. He was there, but no, he wasn't. He wasn't on the second DVD. What are you talking
He
about?
was. He totally was. Chat, back me up.
Totally wasn't. I don't even know where.
Chat's
Chat.
not helping.
Chat's
Chat.
just like frozen. They're like,
Chat's like, I don't know what to do. Let's I do it.
Chat's like, oh look, my color is red. Oh.
that's our chat right there. That's just the definition of our chat.
I love you, chat.
And look, I'm pink.
what? What's happening?
Oh,
All right.
man.
Okay. Fine.
What?
People don't know. That's okay.
No, we have to find out now. We have to find
Okay.
out. Was he on the second DVD, or else this?
He was.
What chapter is it? What
He
chapter
wasn't. I'm trying to
was.
figure out what chapter it was.
I'm gonna let you guys
Okay.
look through it. Have
This is
fun.
after. Okay, it's definitely
Alright,
past
I'm on-
chapter 50. Brothers. It's probably on Brothers.
Is it it's not? Is it past chapter 50? It can't be past chapter 50.
Yeah, it's actually it's even.
It is because it's
more.
right before they go back to Psyren again, right?
Yeah.
It's after we've already been through the situation with the older brother and the younger brother turning out to be like the master.
Okay, I'm on it. I'm
Yeah?
on it.
Alright.
This is all we see. This is all we see right there. These 3 guys standing.
That
That's when
arrow that just sweeped by was hilarious. No, scroll next page.
All right, let's see. I still don't see him.
What chapter is that?
This is chapter 57.
57, man. Really?
50.
Oh, revised. Okay, revised 1 and revised 2.
There's
yeah.
only 3 of them right there. That's all we saw.
I swear. Oh, this is gonna drive me insane.
There's the 3 of them. There's.
Where did we
Nope.
see him in the suit?
I'll show you. I'll show you exactly where we saw him in the suit right now. I have to find him.
Oh, sword guy looks so cool. BT dubs.
This is where we saw him
This
in
one?
the suit. Look at that.
Oh yeah. When was that?
Chapter 69 or
Why?
70. This is 70?
What for?
I'm sorry.
They were explaining the part with the sensei with how the girl, you know, after she you know, their sensei, after she woke up after the whole thing happened, and then she went rescuing people with that Yakuza guy, and then yeah.
So
Yeah.
there was a.
Oh my
call
gosh,
that
that's
came-
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet victory.
I admit defeat. I admit defeat. You got me.
Sweet victory,
Okay.
guys.
Okay. Also, at the start of 69, the core appears. There is a massive core that appears.
Mm-hmm.
And the core is the thing that engulfs the Earth. So maybe the core made more cores. That's what I'm.
Baby cores.
Coreception. A
Baby
core within
cores.
Baby cores.
If it's a core within the core.
Maybe if you destroy the mommy core, all of the other cores will stop working.
Well, it's probably like in the core. Of the
I
core.
swear, if this manga turns out that way, and they're like, if we just destroy the original core, every other core will die.
And then the evil
And we'll
guy's
be
like,
come on, like.
Oh, and he turns to dust.
No,
He
that's
falls
so
on his-
predictable.
No,
Please
I
don't let
was
that
got-
happen. Siren, please
Well,
don't let that happen.
people say it's not the greatest ending, and it was kind of rushed to end.
That
so-
sounds like the perfect rushed
Oh
ending.
no!
That sounds like exactly how it probably is going to.
Oh,
Maybe they
that's
have to go on a quest to find the 7 cores. And they bring them together. They
right, and when
make
they
a
bring
big
them
core.
together, then the guy who
Mama-
has the side dragon appears
Yep.
and
And they
grants
can
them
make a
wishes.
wish.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is actually just Dragon Ball. This entire
Really?
this entire manga.
Really?
By the way, I know we talked about the art last.
Oh yeah,
last episode,
yeah. Let's talk about
but-
the art again.
No, I had a lot of like Bleach vibes while
Really?
reading this. Yeah, especially it felt like you read Bleach, right, Aaron? Not Aaron.
It's all good, dude.
Dodger.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, but these Ys, they're like espadas.
Oh, totally. I felt that way too. Yeah.
Completely.
The
I felt
outfits are
like that they
super
were.
Espada-y.
It's like they're in Hucamundo, and that like that's what's going on. And there's like a rescue arc, when they're trying to save Orihime.
Yeah,
That's what it felt like the whole time I was reading it.
Yeah,
and the
I totally
art
feel
is
you on
also
that.
like very like the character design. Sometimes, not always, but there's panels where they actually kind of look like Tite Kubo's art as well. So
Yeah,
it's kind of
it's
cool.
specific characters. Like the characters that have like the thicker necks and like the big bodies. You're like, oh, that's very bleachy. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he probably was inspired by Kubo in a way.
Oh, probably.
So that was kind of cool. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Bleach now, but I do love the art in Bleach. So it's kind of cool, like seeing like, oh man, this is kind of similar. And I did like the whole Espada thing.
That was probably my favorite arc, Espada arc.
So it's really cool actually. Like while reading that, kind of getting that feeling, like nostalgic feeling. Like I remember this. Like I
Oh,
give
good
me the same
times.
feeling. Yeah, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Daza?
I'm sorry, what?
What are you typing to chat? What are you doing?
I'm just while you guys talk about Bleach, I'm just talking to chat.
Look. Grimjaw is the best character, and he needs to come back. There, that's it.
He has the best name
Finish.
ever.
Grimjaw
Any
Jaggerjack.
character.
He's
Grim Joe Jaggerjack. That's like a tongue twister. Say that 3 times.
he's just so great. Okay. Yes. Let's see.
I was gonna say maybe the 2 other commanders are the 2 people that disappeared. Did I say that already?
What do you mean?
Like, you know how we had the sensei and the other person who disappeared when the stuff happened? Maybe they became the 2 commanders.
But they're back. They came back. She was
Did they?
found. She was
What?
found, remember?
Like, after everything happened?
What?
Yeah.
When?
When?
They disappeared again?
She and Mobster were like killed fighting those dudes.
Yeah, but I mean, like, remember, I thought he meant, like, they disappeared before the whole action happened. Or the whole
No, I said after everything happened.
After,
They both disappeared and died. Maybe they became the 2 baddies.
Yeah, we didn't see them die. That's very true.
Yeah.
It is one girl and one boy, but what, he got a bowl haircut and dyed his hair blonde? Is that what you think?
No, not Shiner. It's not Shiner.
Then
They
who
don't-
else?
I feel like they would.
Who else? There's only 5. There's that girl with that weird thing on her forehead, and then there's that bowl haircut dude.
I mean, they're not gonna somehow wind up looking completely different. Then
Yeah.
Tetsuo or whatever his name is would have been completely different too.
But Tetsuo looks kind of badass. The last chapter.
Yeah, with his hair longer and stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah go buddy.
Mighty Tetsuo is badass no matter what anime he's in.
It's true. All Tetsuos. BA. Do we know
Yeah.
how much like is time the same if they're in Psyren and they're there for a certain amount of time? Is that the same amount of time that goes by in their world? In their time period?
I think we talked about this.
I feel like we did, and I can't remember the answer.
I think it does pass. We know it passes, but I'm not sure if it passes at the same speed.
Yeah, I don't think it does, but I can't remember if it's faster or slower.
I don't know.
I think it's slower. I think
I don't know. That was like in the first 35 chapters.
I
they
feel like
explained
if they're in Psyren for a while, like less than half of that amount of time happens in the real
So
world.
then Digiworld.
Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon.
I think we actually made that comparison as well.
Digital champions. Shape
Into digital champions to
to
save the
fight the
digital,
digital
world.
world.
Look, we all grew up with Digimon, no shame.
That's awesome.
Digimon is amazing. What are you guys talking
Right?
about?
God, I miss Digimon. It was the best.
Can I just say, I like rewatching it as well, and rewatching it was amazing.
Tamers
I have the
is my favorite.
DVDs. I have the DVDs. So.
Tamers season 3. Yeah, yep. Volvus. Shout out to you.
The reason
Digimon
why season 3 of Digimon is so good, though, is because it was done by the same person who did Serial Experimental Lane.
Yeah, it had like
Really?
the dark side, like very
Yeah.
big dark side to it, which is great.
I didn't know that that was done by the same people.
It was funny because the first 2 series were composed by Mamoru Hosoda from The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Summer Wars, and Wolf Children, and the Digimon movie. But the third series, was composed by Serial Experimental Lane one. So it was just like, whoa!
So it had like these crazy elements to it that were like super dark.
Yeah.
You should watch it. Tamers is actually a good series, even at this day. Like a very good
To be
series.
fair, the other series are quite good, but they're very cliche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
Anyway, back on our manga that we're reading.
We keep going off track.
I know, man.
Is it because Aaron's not
It's
here?
because
Is
Aaron's
that-
not here. Well, no.
Is she the one that
Aaron's-
keeps us in track?
Aaron doesn't
No.
keep us on track.
I think it's just that Dodger and Aaron like just go off on these tangents,
That's
and then Yokram and I just like, all right, let's just
Yeah, that
do
gives us more chance to like kind of calm them down.
Bring it-
Right now,
Yeah, now
it
we're the
distracts,
ones
it
that's doing
distracts
it.
us from us going out of
Right.
okay.
Yeah, and
Right.
now got no.
So
Other
now we're
person.
able to talk about energy drinks and Digimon to our heart's content.
Don't forget piss. We talked about piss earlier.
And yes, that.
Man, Aaron gone just like disrupted the whole manga plot.
Beautiful. Well, we are
We missed
coming
it.
up on the hour, so let's give our ratings and our final thoughts, and if there's anything else that you guys want to say about your experience reading it up to chapter 70 in general.
That you go first, Daza. You always go like, oh, no.
I've already done.
Good
I've
lord.
already done it. I'm sorry.
No nose goes, Yoku.
I think I gave it an 8 for the first episode, and I think I don't want to pick it up to like an 8.5 even. It was good. I kind of like that they answered some stuff, but it didn't really get like so much better than the first part that we read. So I think I'll just leave it at an 8. You know, I did notice more of like the Bleach vibes, like I was talking about. That was very enjoyable. Some stuff got answered. All this crazy mind plot twists going on were awesome. But overall, I can't really lift up the score. I'll just leave it at an 8. I think that's pretty fair, and I could see actually the score going down as we continue reading.
It really
But right now-
depends.
I have really low expectations at this point. Like when we start hitting like the hundreds, I'm gonna be like, oh, this is probably gonna go downhill. So like anything that's like at least a little bit good will like be like, oh yeah, that's good,
Yeah.
you know. So maybe that's good that I'm kind of having really low expectations because I'm probably gonna end up enjoying it more than I would.
Word. Daza?
I'm trying to find the old one, so I remember what my old score was.
I know, I was wondering about that.
But I looked on the Reddit and it's not here.
I think you gave it like a 6 or something like that.
Oh
Hold on.
gosh. Do you guys remember Monster Rancher?
Oh, yeah, found it. Hold on.
Jeez, that's a blast. Okay, go.
All right. Yo, Chrome, you actually gave it a 7.5 last time, so you're actually going
Ah.
higher.
Okay.
What did
Oh.
I give it?
You gave it an 8.
Oh, 7. Okay, I'll still
I-
stick with the 8. I'll still stick with the 8. So
I'm actually going to bump mine up to a 7.5. Yeah. But I thoroughly enjoyed these chapters a lot more than the first chapters. Because I just, like, as soon as it's time travel, I'm just like, yeah, I'm committed 100% to this. And time travel is like it's one of my things. Yes, I'm killing Kyoma. But I also like the fact that it did do both worlds as well. I thought the first half was a little like Psyren world heavy. This one was a lot more normal world heavy, and I like that a lot more. And my favorite chapter happens to be one where they go into the pool, and then they had that like massive circle of water.
oh yeah, that's really
And I
cool.
thought that was like
Yeah.
really awesome, and it gave me the Harry Potter 5 sort of
Oh, yeah.
feels, nostalgia feels. So, yeah, 7.5 because it looks great. I like the plot. It makes sense. The plot actually makes a lot of sense, which I'm happy about. And Yeah, although like Yoku-san, I can see it getting a lot worse, which
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I originally gave it an 8. We now know that.
we do know.
I am a huge sucker for like time travel actually changing things and like alternate realities and all of that. So the second that those things got involved, it's like way more interesting and better for me. So I have to bump it up. Like I know, like remembering past me reading this for the first time, like those first few chapters were very linear, even with the time traveling and the going to Psyren. It was like, okay, like I get it. You're going to another world and blah blah blah. And then the second it was like, the DVD is changing and oh my gosh,
I was like,
time zone, like time skip, but we could also go back in the past. It was just like pfft. Got
The
so
time
happy.
zone changed.
So I have to give it an 8.5 because I remember how excited I got about that. So those are my feelings.
Babby Dodger loved it.
Babby Dodger was super into it. It was like the best thing ever.
Someone does make a good point in the chat, though.
Yes.
Does the DVD have special features or a commentary with it?
Interesting.
Could it maybe have subtitles with a different language?
Maybe it has some deleted scenes or something.
They're like, the DVD's finished, and then you're just like, well, wait to put it in a computer to find out there's not more on it.
I mean, at least go back to the main menu, right? Like, what if?
But then it also surprised me because you'd think in the future they'd have Blu-rays.
True.
Well,
But this is... No,
This
but
is
this
2009.
DVD was made in 2009.
well, there was Blu-rays in 2009.
Yeah.
There's been Blu-rays since like 2006, I think.
Yeah, but
Um,
even now,
uh,
like, DVD recorders aren't, like, something that most people just have around. We just do digital.
Yeah, digital's the thing.
That would be cool if they found like a USB flash.
They find like an SD card
Where do we put this
with something
in?
on it.
But a flash drive, like even in 2009, like 1 gigabyte was like like $60. So they were.
I remember buying a 512 megabyte USB and it being over $100.
Yeah, they were ridiculous, man. I remember buying the hard drives just went up so much. I bought like external hard drive that was 160 gigabyte for like $120 on sale.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. Yeah. I totally did that too. And
Now it's like a
beast.
terabyte.
It's like
a terabyte's
this
like
big.
$40. It's crazy.
Yeah. Good times. Well, that
Yeah.
wraps up our discussion about Psyren, but we would like to read to you a description of our upcoming manga for the next MangaPod. Dr. Daza, if you would.
Okay, now chat, you have to guess what it is after I've explained it, or during. You probably get it after I say the first name. Katsuragi Kama is known on the net as the god of getting the girls, while in real life he's known as an ultimate Anyway, and he hates all real girls. However, he's approached by Elsie, a devil from hell, to help her in catching runaway spirits that hide in people. Apparently, the spirits only hide in the hearts of girls, and the only way to get the souls out is by making the girl fall in love. So the spirit is forced out, and he's not allowed to fail, or he'll lose his head. What's the manga?
Such a good manga.
Do you know what it is?
I can't wait to
Most
read
people
this.
got it.
Yeah.
World God
It's
only
what-
knows. What
I'm
chapters?
so excited.
What chapters are we reading?
That's a good question. We are reading chapter 0 to 36.5.
36.5? What does that mean?
It means 36.5.
Fine. Fine, Dazo, fine.
Well, okay. I know that chapter 0 is like a prequel part, and I know it comes first, so because they had like a little OVA in the anime,
Right.
and then I don't know what 36.5 is.
But
it is not up-
scenes.
Sword Art Online. But for the people asking in chat, no, it's not up to the goddess arc. We're not even close to the goddess arc.
What does it all mean?
What is this, like season? Is it season 1 at least? Season 1, right?
And I think it's all season 1.
Alright.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for watching MangaPod. If you would like to watch this VOD or VODs of any of the other MangaPods that we have done in the past, you can find them on youtube.com/HappiLeeErin. Erin, we missed you, and we love you very much. But let's allow everybody to shout out their channels and where you can find them. Yoku, let's start with you, since you have the most complicated one.
I promised myself I would write things down, but like I'm gonna remember that. But yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Yokorama Game Talk, where I talk about anime. You can find me on YouTube at Yokorama News, where I do episode reviews and some other stuff here and there. You can find me on Twitter at Yokorama Talks, where I tweet and retweet. You can find me on Instagram at Yokorama. You can find me on Tumblr at Yokorama. What else do I have? Oh my gosh. I think that should be it. And just just Google Yokorama, you'll probably find some other places.
Beautiful. Daza.
Oh, what? Sorry, I fell asleep. What's going on?
Go ahead and shout out your channels and your socials.
Well, you can find me on Fire for Nippon on YouTube. You can also find me at the Dr. Dazzler. You can find me on Twitter at Dr. Dazzler. You can find me on Tumblr, www.firefornippon.com, and that's about it. Yeah. Boom.
Beautiful.
Easy.
For me, you can find me on youtube.com/presshearttocontinue for gaming stuff. You can also find me on youtube.com/dexteritybonus for daily vlogs. And on Twitter, I'm at DexBonus. On Tumblr, I'm dexbonus.tumblr.com. And on Instagram, I am DexBonus. So come hang out with me. And Ian will be putting all of HappiLeeErin's info in there as well. Thank you so much, Ian. And thank you to all of our other mods. You were beautiful. And thank you, everybody who came and joined us. And hopefully you'll join us again next week.
Yay!
Yes. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye!
How do I stop this? How do I do it?